Salil, Murli sir, Sanath sir, and Sachin sir. That's it. It stops right there. We'll be right here. So, real honor and privilege to actually be on stage today and to celebrate a man who, I'm just going to say three things before I show you the trailer. 800 wickets, we all know. But what you might not know, in 2002, the Wisden Almanic said, the greatest test bowler of his generation. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. So that is considered the gold standard. A 2017 inductee, the Hall of Fame, the first. And this is like, you know, I can't even explain how difficult it has been. He's been a statesman for years for Sri Lankan cricket. So we give you 800. It's going to be 3 languages back to back. So we would love you to watch it in Tamil, Hindi and Telugu. Please enjoy Murli sir and 800 right now. Srimati sir, please. So before you welcome them as well. You know, what a wonderful film you made and something that, you know, is so close to all of us. Our boyhood heroes are there in front of us and you're playing with fire. We'll come to you about that, but please do welcome the audience. I mean, they're eagerly waiting for that as well.
So first of all, on behalf of Movie Train Motion Pictures, I welcome you all for this event. And it's a very, very special occasion for us. We waited for a long time for this. So, yeah? Okay. So first of all, on this film, when we started this film, the one thing that was in my mind is making a movie on a legend. The film has to have that quality. So we had that in mind. I had a wonderful support from my technicians to do that. So I would thank my team totally. I'll take their names one by one later. And see, as an artist, I think we should have a responsibility. The primary responsibility for an artist, I believe, is that we need to erase the boundaries between people. We have to keep reminding the society that the boundaries that are created by ideas and identities that man has created, like caste, creed, language, religion, nation, nothing is more important than humanity. I think, end of the day, so this story is a human story, I would say, of a little boy who was just 6 years old, who didn't know what his identity was. That boy grows up in a very, what to say, the world is not fair for anyone. It has been little more unfair for him. And he's wondering what my identity is. He couldn't understand who he was. And then he decides he's going to create his own identity. Maybe it was consciously done or subconsciously done. What I understood is that that boy created an identity for himself. So he realized, I want to be someone who people would see that the way I want them to see me. That's how he became the cricketer. Now he's a legend. So that's all about it. I think I don't want to talk much about the film because now it's out to you to decide and tell us how we have done it. And to launch this trailer, I think no one can be more appropriate than another legend in SACHIN TENDULK, who we all know that he's an inspiration for billions, and I'm one among them whose life you have touched, sir. So I'm very, very grateful for that, and I think this will have a lasting impression on my life. Seeing Sachin today and interacting with him, he was the epitome of talent. We all know that, but I think what is more important is that his sportsmanship, the way he handled himself, that was a big inspiration. So we are very grateful, very happy to have you here. And then next to him is someone that we feared as much as we loved. He's someone who, I would say, that changed the way the game was played. Very few people can do that. After Sanath Jayasuriya, the way the batting has changed totally. Now we have come to the era of T20. And so we are very happy, sir, to come here and be with us and support us. So, and now I want to talk about a very important person. So he's a maverick director from Tamil Nadu, and he popularized street cricket with Chennai 28. And he has inspired a generation of filmmakers. And there's a very interesting incident when me and Venkat Prabhu sir is also my boss. So we went to Goa for a shoot. So you should know how much we loved cricket. And Ranjit was there and line producer Pichmani was there. We went to a restaurant called Martin's Corner. And then we went to that restaurant because they told us Sachin's favorite restaurant. We went there and then we wanted to eat something, and I have a mild seafood allergy. But I was shocked to see that Sachin's favorite was a crab. It was a king crab. I ate that anyways. So thank you Venkat Prabhu sir for being here. And then I would like to thank Pa Ranjit, a good friend, a cultural icon more than a filmmaker. So thank you for being here and supporting us. And I'd also like to thank Mr. Vivek Rangachari, who is the main reason this project happened. He paved the way for the project, he's a pillar of support, and he set this up for us. Thank you so much. And then Krishna Prasad sir from Sridevi Movies, who is presenting this film. So thank you sir for the faith and the excitement you had on this film. Thank you so much, it's a big support for us. And then I would also like to thank Mr. Pankaj Jaising, the CEO of UFO, for distributing the film in North India. Thank you. I think you can take over now.
It's not ended, yes. Yes, we've done some introductions, but we will. So thank you so much for being so generous. We'd like to call on stage Venkat Prabhu sir and Pa Ranjit on stage to have a few words as well, please. Gentlemen, when you see something like this, of course, sir had a lot of lovely words to say, but this was not so much about the numbers, it's about the emotion, and in spite of all odds. What I saw from this trailer was what a brilliant journey by Murli sir. So, just your thoughts on being here, thoughts on sir, as well as the entire occasion of the film.
Very, very happy to start with. Very, very proud of Shripati. He was my first AD in my first film, and Ranjit was there, and Pichmani was there.
So today's Teachers Day, by the way.
Yeah.
So, your student is right here.
Thank you. And actually today happens to be a film which we all worked, released 15 years ago, same date. It's called Saroja. And this movie released 15 years ago, and we are all together again after 15 years on another different stage for Shripati. And it's a great feeling. Actually, this project is very close, and because Murli sir and his wife Madhi is actually my childhood friend. We are from the same neighborhood, and I was supposed to direct the film first, and I'm so happy he's done a better job than me. And he's done a wonderful job. Actually, I introduced Shripati to Murli sir, and they clicked very well. And I was so very, very happy and proud for Shripati to do this film, and he's done a wonderful job, as we can all see.
Have you had a critical eye on the film, or?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. I will have, and the dialogues and everything. The last dialogue, which actually hit us left, right, and center. Actually, when he says he's a cricketer more than anything. And I'm just looking forward to the film because all the technicians, most of the technicians working in the film, worked in the film, a lot, very good friend of mine, DOP, music director, art director, everyone. So I just want to wish the whole team all the very best, and I'm so happy to be here for Shripati. I think now Ranjit will take over. And yeah, of course, this is my actually third time, sir, I'm meeting you, but I'm sure you won't remember the last 2 times, but it's etched in my heart. So I met you once in Chennai and once in Dubai, and nothing. I just took a picture. That's all. That's more than enough, and for me. And
so can you come a little ahead for the lights? Yes.
And it's a great honor for for you to be here and Sanat sir to be here and to launch the film. I mean, you're all buddies and you're best friends, and for Sripathi's film, and you're all there. It's a great honor, sir. It's now no need. I mean, the movie will be known to every single cricket lover all over the world. We can't ask for anything better than this. Thanks to you, sir. Thanks for inspiring. Always.
And you were talking about a selfie, sir. Trust me, the selfie I take today with all of us is back. That will break.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
So your thoughts?
Thank you. Thank you everyone. And I'm not comfortable speak with English, so I can.
Yes, please.
உண்மையிலேயே ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்காக இருந்தது இந்த ட்ரெய்லர். அண்ட் ஐ காட் வெரி எமோஷ்னல். ஆக்சுவலி வந்து முரளி சார் நாங்கள் எப்படி மிஸ் பண்ணோன்னா, லைக் வந்து சவுத் ஆப்ரிக்கன் டீமில் வந்து மக்காயா நிட்டினி இருப்பார். லைக் அவரை பார்க்குறப்போ ஐ கேன் கனெக்ட் ஈஸிலி வித் நிட்டினி. ஸோ முரளி சார் வந்து எப்படி கனெக்ட் பண்ணிப்போனா, நம்ம ஊரில் ஒரு ஆள் லைக் இஸ் லைக் தமிழியன். நான் ஆல்சோ வந்து லைக் நான் ரொம்ப கனெக்ட் பண்ணிப்பேன் அவரோட பவுலிங், லைக் அவரோட ஃபீச்சர்ஸ், லைக் அவர் ஏன் வந்து தமிழ்நாட்டில் பிறந்திருக்கலாமே, இல்லை தமிழ்நாட்டில் இருந்து இந்தியாவுக்காக ஆடி இருக்கலாமே அப்படின்னு தோணும்.
Sripathy sir, if for those who would not have understood this, I understood Makhaya Antony there. If you could just...
He was just telling that how it would have been great if Murli had born in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, so that he could have played for India.
Imagine that. Sanat sir also should have been born in India. Imagine that.
No. As a Tamilian, like வந்து சனத் சாரை பார்த்தா பயங்கர கோவம் இருக்கும்.
And so this part also, see, wherever the laughs are coming, I want everyone to know what happened. So this
when I look at Sanat sir,
so much of fear and anger.
We wanted to beat like no.
Exactly. But we'll all be happy, sir. In Tamil Nadu, everybody will be happy when you take a wicket. If anybody else, we are not that very happy.
No, especially 96 World Cup, no? I literally cried.
Everyone cried, sir. Everyone cried.
The way Sanat sir played,
So no, first there were tears of joy when Sachin sir was smashing sixes.
Exactly.
And then there was, let's shut the TV and put it away. The moment they started batting, that's how it happened for us.
Is there run out? Stump out, yeah. It's a very bad day for us.
Yes. But
yeah.
yeah.
Apart from that, no, I'm ready
to call Murli sir on stage. Sanat sir will join us in 5 minutes. He's actually gone for a live telecast. So he'll come in 5 minutes. And we'd like to call the master. For all of us, he's just the greatest of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, Sachin sir and Murli sir on stage. Big round of applause.
ये मोबाइल
Photograph in
मोबाइल नीचे वाके छीन लो पहले बोल रहा हूँ.
Sachin sir, how do you handle? So everyone narrate a story. I'll also narrate a story. Thanks to this hosting for 10-11 years, over a period of time, I've been meeting sir. Just every single time I get so excited when I see you. How do you handle all these people getting so excited from the age of 5 to 75? How do you handle it even now?
It's a blessing. First of all, I'm here to wish my very, very dear friend Murli all the very best, because this movie, this biopic, people need to know what happened in his life. I remember meeting him the first time in 1993. Sounds ages ago. Yeah. But we continue to be good friends. Coincidentally, I was in Sri Lanka just last month for UNICEF work, and I messaged Murli that I am in your beautiful city. Where are you? He says, I'm in India. What are you doing in Sri Lanka? And that's how I'm here. He spoke to me for the first time about his biopic, and he said, would you be able to come for the event? Said any time for you. He itna humble hai, itna simple hai, in spite of achieving so much in life. It's impossible to refuse him. So I said, I'm going to be there, and that's the only reason I'm here. Wishing you all the best.
Murli sir, you've always had this smile on your face. You've always been a smiling assassin. The poor fellow is smiling at you and the wicket is out. But generally speaking, your rivalry was legendary, of course. So you had the two gentlemen in that time, that were Brian Lara sir and Sachin sir, the two greatest of all time. But you were like the common factor in the middle for everyone. It's almost like the world was always against you, and you put on the TV at 9 o'clock in the morning for the test match, you're bowling. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you're still bowling. Even if the rain has gone, you're bowling in the nets. So first, before I ask anything, how are you this machine who was able to bowl forever and ever and keep bowling all these overs? How?
Before, first of all, thank you very much because coming for me and supporting me. And also, because I am also a fan of him. More than a colleague and a friend, and was a fan of him. Because, that what he has done in cricket, nobody could do. Because it is impossible to generate even another 100 years, nobody can come like him. Because it's a fact. Because I'm not saying my friend, because it's a fact. Because when someone gets 15 years, a first class 100, it's impossible. In 16 years, 17 years, you're getting a test 100. It's also impossible. So you have shown the way of billions of people how to play cricket, how to be humble like him. And I've seen more cricketers. He's the most humble person in Indian cricket. Few words, and with the friends he enjoys, but few words with everyone. So I think he's the best forever, because another Sachin Tendulk won't be born in
That's why they call it a master.
Until my life finishes, right? So for your questions, what you ask, I forgot.
So forget it. But the question was very simple.
Yeah.
You yourself, sir, are the greatest of all time from that side. But I have to say this. We were always gunning for you when you were not playing against us. I hated you when you were playing against us. But otherwise, you just kept on and on. You were like a lone. Like how Sachin sir at one time was probably one of the only people, if he got out, he switched on the TV. I'm sure with a lot of Sri Lankans across the world as well, if you were bowling and if you had a bad day, they'll be really disappointed. You were carrying the shoulder, the entire Sri Lankan team on your shoulders for so long. Just talk about that experience as well also, because in many ways you're very similar.
So two things. I know Sachin was carrying same way. It is hard because batsmen all learn one chance. So one mistake, you're finished. Bowler can do many mistakes, so I have a better chance of succeeding than him.
I'm still waiting for that juicy half volley. He's never bowled that today.
So it was difficult, but thing is, because to carrying the whole team, because the reason was Sri Lanka was not a great side when I started, because then only slowly became because legends like Sana, then Sangha to Mayala to Arjuna, Arvind all came that when we are playing Hawaii. So that's why I think at the time, bowling wise, because I took a lot of wickets because I am bowling one side. Because somebody has to take wickets, right?
You're very, very modest, sir.
And Vas and me to bowl because we didn't have much. In later stage only the bowlers came. So I had opportunities, a lot of opportunities. The pressure is high, so that pressure, because if you enjoy the game, you don't think about the end result. And you just want to at the time, at the person, who am I bowling to? On your day, you might beat that person. But some days, that person will beat. So you have to accept it. So I think I accepted and always didn't get upset getting wickets or not, because keep a smile, because I have to enjoy the game. So I will advise any cricketer, rather than thinking about performance, just go and enjoy. Be great for the God, because you are given the participation is more important than having succeed. So I think that's the way it is, because I lived in 18 years in 16 years in hostel, 10 to 12 years in hostel. So that was given me a thought that you have to be like, sharing and be happy every time, because there are a lot of problems you have, but still you have to be happy. So that's why that teach me how to play cricket in the latter part.
So what do you think made Murli sir great? When they say that there's something that is always there, you played against the greatest of all of the bowlers. What made him so special, even while you were playing? Because I remember for a long time, Murli sir used to only bowl the incoming delivery. Eventually, later on, you developed the other bits, and we saw that just with that one ball also, he used to keep on at it. So what was so great about Murli sir as a bowler?
See, just now the way he answered that earlier question, that if an individual is not going to appreciate for what one is able to go out and do, how would the rest of the world appreciate? And that is what mental strength is all about. There are not going to be good times every time you go out. There are going to be ups and downs. There are going to be disappointments. But from those disappointments, how do you rise back, get on your feet and start competing? That makes you a real sportsman. And exactly that is what he possessed. He, like you said earlier, that he just loved bowling. But the whole world knew that he had a big turn. I mean, you make him bowl on an expressway, he's going to turn the ball. No matter how the surface is, Murli is going to turn the ball. And he did not rely only on that. Just with that turn itself, he was a dangerous bowler. Because in our meetings, we would discuss hours on end how to tackle him, what are the signals to pick, all those things. But he kept reinventing himself.
No, so the signals I want to ask you. You said in an interview how you used to read on the hand.
I'm still figuring out.
I will say, see, definitely, some players read. I know he read me very well, right? Not many people can prove. But Lara had success, but he never read me also.
Really?
Yeah. Because I don't know what mechanism he did, but he read me, and also few people I know Rahul Dravid is one of the greatest players. He never read me.
Really?
I knew that. So Sachin always, him and Shehwag and those players in Gambhir are like the players. Some players read, some players even sometimes they play on that. So it's definitely I am saying he read me. Few people read me, and even in my team, some people read and some people doesn't, because some are playing ways are different. Because a legend like him, he watch from the seam of the ball, from the hand itself. Some people doesn't. There is a little bit
Off the pitch.
Yes.
And that's where he was. Yes.
So when, like he said, that very few guys read him, but in that also he wanted to develop more things, and if I'm not mistaken, he developed Dusra in the late 90s.
Yes, much later.
Yes.
And the story that I heard through Harbhajan was, इसने दूसरा डालना तो बहुत पहले सीखा था, मगर वो नेट में प्रैक्टिस करे जा रहा था. So for 18 months, he continued practicing Dusra in the nets before he bowled the first ball in international. And that the reason for that was that he should not lose his original strength, the qualities that he possessed, while continuing to bowl well in Test cricket. In that, you continue also to develop new things, introduce new things, because you have to, like I said, you continue reinventing yourself. Like how bowler is reading batter's mind, batters are also trying to figure out what the bowler is trying to do. So the combination, and to then plan this, execute, consistently outsmart batters is not easy. And that is what we experience all the time.
And a gentleman who, the pitch, the overcast conditions, he just had a bat in his hand and he used to go 6 balls, 4 sixes only. His name is Sanat Jayasuriya. Ladies and gentlemen, can you please have him on stage? For the man who was famous, sir, for your forearms and your grip. We must have that story also. Did you work specially on, every time people saw you, the way you hit the ball, was devastating. So yes, Murli sir is here. I know you're very happy about that, but that story we have to know. Were you always working your forearms so you could smash the bowlers for some 200 meters?
No, I never use. I can't play with a heavy bat like Sachin. My bat is very light.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So just a toothpick smashing 200 meters. Murli sir and you, in the most beautiful phase of Sri Lankan cricket, you've known this film is you. You're all there. And what I love about how this film is also talked about is the entire time when I remember live cricket, Arjun Anandunga put his hand on your shoulder during the entire chucking controversy, and the whole team came together as one. You know, that entire time, and him, I remember there was a very dejected Murli sir walking on TV. I remember watching that also and saying, what's going on? As a unit, was that perhaps like an incredible family, an entire Sri Lankan team that was dominating the world and fighting also and giving a statement? Those years, tell us about that.
Yeah, I think that that was the incident for us to make, to win the World Cup in 1996. That incident, because in Australia, we went through a really bad time, and Murli went through a difficult time, and we were all backing him, including captain. And as a team players, we did much as what we can do. And what we can do was, after we came back to Sri Lanka, we went through a difficult time again. And the World Cup was started, there are some teams didn't turn up. India came with Pakistan to show the world that Sri Lanka is safe. We're always thankful to India for doing that, to come to Sri Lanka. And because of that, we survived our cricket. So thank you every time. Our younger generation didn't know sometimes these things what happened in 1996. So when the other teams didn't come, they straight away came from our opening ceremony to Sri Lanka and show the solidarity with the Sri Lankans. So we're thankful to India all the time what you all did for Sri Lanka cricket. And great man is here with us to inaugurate this Murli's thing. And I'm very happy to be here. And a great human being. And when you share the dressing room, very difficult.
I have to ask you this, Saras sir.
Very, very difficult dressing room. You can't get out. When you get out and come inside the dressing room, you'll have to put the earplugs.
He
and
screams
hiding.
at you?
Yeah. No chance.
Really? Like
no
angry
chance.
scream?
He don't want to lose a game. If somebody is batting well, if somebody is throwing wicket, if somebody getting out, he will come and say all sort of things. He will do everything to how do you get out, you should not do this, you should do this. He is coaching. He will coach the whole thing till the match finish. If you lose the match, you're finished. If somehow win the match, you're all right.
Wow. The smiling assassin, they say. Sanat sir, one more question to you. Did you ever feel bad when you were hammering all the bowlers? Like that poor fellow, his career might be over after your over is over. I want to honestly ask, did you feel bad?
No, you don't feel bad. You just go and play your natural game all the time. Yeah. So that's all I do.
Sachin sir, did you have a plan for him? What was the one team meeting for him? Then what about Kalwatarana and Sanat sir when they were batting? Was there a special meeting there?
100%. I was just telling him that we were discussing World Cup semi-finals, and that is where we ended up discussing for an hour on him and Kalu. And first over, both of them got out.
He thought we won.
They were got 8 man for Arvind and Roshan Mana.
Sanat playing against him. I mean, I saw him first time in 1990 when he was here with the Sri Lankan team. We played in Chandigarh, one test match. He unfortunately got injured and couldn't play that test match. But other than that, like I said, Sanat to have in our dressing room. There were a few exhibition games also we played other than IPL. It was nice to have him in our dressing room than the Sri Lankan dressing room.
Yes, you were very hated, sir, as much as you were loved.
ये batting को भी boxing glove पहन के आता था बाहर.
Okay, I'm going to play and yes. Everyone look in the center. Just one sec. Slowly. एक second. मैं direction दे दूँ, please. In the center, please. One sec, guys. One minute. Come. Yes.
मैडम आओ अरे बैठ जाना ये फोटो हो गया अरे बैठ जाना
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay, thank you. Sir, just as we have all and Venkat sir and Pa.
सलील भाई ओ सलील भाई हेमा हम लोग कर रहे हम लोग को भी वीडियो करना नहीं था थैंक यू सलील
Okay, that's it. Guys, the last picture, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, gentlemen.
ये क्या सेल्फी
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's here? I don't know. One second. एक second. Off. यही तुम्हारा हो गया ना? Wait. There's a Q&A with the audience as well. Question answer है अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ है. और चले. बाकी back. Okay, gentlemen, thank you.
Beyond Bollywood, I was saying that it's a dream come true for me to be in this gathering in presence of my heroes, the class of 90s. And I have followed, though I'm an entertainment journalist, but I'm also primarily a cricket buff. So obviously I had two questions for Murli sir. The first one was that, watching you in your career, especially during the post-match presentations, whenever Ravi Shastri, Tony Gregg, whenever they asked you, that you took 5 wickets, 8 wickets, which wickets you enjoyed the most, you had always a very standard answer, with that expression, no, all the wickets. But I believe, obviously, this 800 wicket which you got, in Gaul in 2010, there was a story, I think, behind the Indian last pair of Ishant Sharma and Pragya Bhuja. I think they fight Sri Lankan bowling for quite some time. So firstly, will you be able to relive that, obviously not just the moment, but before that moment? If you can just talk about that first. Then I have a second question for you, sir. Yeah, first.
Yeah. No, because everyone knows that I retired when I was 792, last match to go. So this is the match that I had enough of cricket. So I decided to retire. So to give the youngsters another chance, because they are after Rangana got 400 wickets, so they were waiting to give them a chance. So I had nothing to achieve. So I thought. What happened was last inning, India was follow on, and last batsman to batting. So I had 799 wickets. So when we bowling that, good thing happened was Nasim Malinga was bowling and he got injured and went off. Because if you have bowled for tailenders, you know how illegal is that they would have done the wicket. So Rangan Ehrat was bowling myself. We bowled about close to 14 overs in between to get the last wicket. So then water break came. So Ishan and Pragan was there. So then I went and asked. Him that I told him. Okay, I don't want to say that with the word, but end of the day, I was lucky enough to pick the last wicket. Mayala got the slip catch and got it. So it was not easily happened. I thought it meant to be rather than anything else, because anybody could take that wicket, and also last wicket of that match, I had to take it. So for me, it's 800 was a number. But at the end of the day, this 800 became a big popular all over the world. It became, because 800 number became a very popular for me. Even the movie is named as 800, now to achieve 800. So that's what happened, I can say to you.
So my second question for you is that this film has had its own journey, initially obviously the film has been in the wings for a while.
Sorry.
This particular film has had its own journey. Earlier obviously there was a different actor, and certain things happened because obviously there was a slight change. So now after looking at this trailer, I wanted to ask you, how confident are you that come at the end of this film, once people go to theaters and watch this film, they'll be able to leave all the other things, off the pitch things behind, and they'll be able to see that this film is about a cricketer, and the identities, don't matter when it comes to sports.
Yeah, because this film is not talking about my records and everything. It is talking about how I achieved this 800. It is all about inside story. Even some stories I don't know. But my director went and 2 years researched and stayed in Colombo and Delhi and went to my places, spoke to my friends, smoked. It's a true story. So it is not anything added or anything what has really happened. And he has put into a screenplay. So whether public has to like it or not, that's up to them, because it is not going to be like everyday match or match. Match will come only very little, right? But the inside, what happened? Inside. So people, I think in this world, people doesn't know what's happening in the dressing room. So even everyone knows, if you take Sachin today, he has been here, and he got 18,000 run, 15,000 run. To get that, what he has done, how he did it, nobody knows. Only he will know, his friends will know, the colleagues will know. This is what we wanted to present it. Actually, I didn't want to take the movie at the first place. This coincidentally happened because the producer came and to my house as a visitor, right? Because my wife's childhood friend. And they all with Srimati and everybody was there. At the time, just finally had discussion and said, why don't you do a film? Then I was first assistant. Then my manager posed me, okay, you better do it because they want to do it. So give the rights to them. So that's what happened rather than anything else. So I think people will know one story, not only the story of mine, history of Sri Lanka as well, they will reveal all this. Because people doesn't know perspective of Sri Lanka. See, so many obstacles through time, even in cricket, even in my life. So how it went, how Sri Lanka went as a cricketing nation, how we developed as a cricketing nation. So everything will be revealed in this movie if you watch it.
Just one final question from my side, Murli sir. Mostly the great son you mentioned that, in the dressing room you were always constantly chatting. You were like a coach. So once obviously when you joined CSK, under MS Dhoni, did you also try to coach MS Dhoni or other CSK teammates? Were you also chatting in that Chennai dressing room?
Definitely, that is my habit. My habit doesn't change wherever player or whoever I play. So my natural, I don't want to fake anything. Natural instincts will come. So in dressing room, I'm a different person. I am in my house, I am a different person. I am in public, I am a different person. So that is the way you have mannerism is carried. So that's what he revealed that nobody knows. So those are the things when you see in the movie, what happened and what things, because these people doesn't understand. So doesn't know, because people want to know the cricket fans, how the cricketers become that good, how they work hard, how they relax your mind. So it will all reveal in this.
मधुर और डायरेक्टर साहब आपसे मैं जानना चाहता हूँ वो कौन सी तीन चीजें चैलेंजिंग थी आपके लिए जब आप ये बायोपिक बना रहे थे डायरेक्टर साहब आपके लिए तीन सबसे चैलेंजिंग चीजें और मधुर आप जब प्ले कर रहे थे तो आपके कौन सी तीन सबसे चैलेंजिंग चीजें थी जिनमें आपको काम करने में मतलब पसीना नहीं कर गया था?
Should I translate for you? Okay.
The important things. The first thing is the life that he has lived was so dramatic. Some kind of sequences people won't believe that it happened if I show it in the film. So trying to create a story out of his life was very challenging. Where do we begin the story, where do we end it was very, very challenging. And then I should say that Shahan Karnataka, the co-writer, was very supportive in that. So we collaborated and made the screenplay. And we ended up building the screenplay on a theme that will be relevant even now for the people to get inspired by his film. So that was very challenging first step, and then putting things together. When you start executing your plans, the first thing is the actors that you choose are very, very important. As a director, I believe directing actors is a very important role that I have to play with. So getting the right cast in, and then since it's a biopic, people will start comparing the actor with the real life personality. So there's a line you have to draw where it doesn't become a mimicry. And still people get the emotional feel, the reality. Reality means the reality in the screen has to be as real as the actors. So those were challenging, and then it was a very, very difficult situation when we went to Sri Lanka for shoot. In fact, on the first day, we were advised to go back cancel the shoot because there were riots happening, recently, last year what happened in Sri Lanka. So there was no fuel, even papers we had to bring from India. So the situation was very difficult and we somehow managed, people were very supportive there. And though riots were happening, they didn't trouble us, the shoot was going smoothly. So these were all the first things that we had.
जी तो मेरे लिए सबसे पहले तो इस रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के नीचे क्रम्बल नहीं हो जाना कि आप इतने बड़े एक्शन को प्ले करें जिनको ऑब्वियसली आप इस बॉर्न इन सो इनको देख के देखते हैं बड़े हुए हैं It was very daunting जब initially I realized कि okay I'm gonna have to play it. Secondly was getting the look and the action rate which we spent many workshops on, tried many iterations of the look. And the third thing which I felt was most important was even though we wanted to my character to look like sir and everything, but वो caricaturized नहीं हो जाना चाहिए and not just getting stuck in the mannerisms, but like I said before, going forward and finding more about the man. And हमारी कोशिश हो ही रही थी that obviously sir को हम field पे जानते हैं, उनकी public life के बारे में हम जानते हैं, but there's so much behind पर्दे के पीछे जो है जो हमको नहीं पता है उसको हमने इस फिल्म में स्टोर करने की कोशिश की सो आई होप दैट गुड जॉब इन दैट those three were काफी
huge honor to be sitting in your presence. My first question to you is you had decided to retire in a match where destiny had it that you took 800 wickets, probably the most filigree ending ever. Would you have postponed your retirement if you were like one short of 800 to reach an landmark? And in hindsight, do you feel you should have? Because after you retired, India ended up winning the series.
No, because I was took this decision with my wife and my parents and everybody together. Only took this decision. So I need their support also to when you retire also because that is a change of life. So they also supported me in that. So once I took the stand, so they stick to also, I also stick to it because to a person, once you take a stand, you stick to it. Because whether it's a 800, whether I achieve or not. The same question so many people ask me, but still I think I had the world record. So 800 is a number, one way of passing another few wickets here. So whether it comes or not, I was not bothered about it. I was bothered about it, give the opportunity to other people, right time to retire, World Cup is coming. 4 months after, so I have to speak to the selectors and they understood, they also said, I would have never, if you have to end up with 790 or 793, I would have never played because I made up
we explore this in the future.
So my second question to you is the entire huge controversy that happened in Australia just prior to the World Cup, where after your action was clear, in spite of that, the umpires kept calling you for a low ball and being unable to decided to walk off the entire team. Do you feel that behind that there was an undercurrent, a hint of racism among the Australians? Because whenever any Asian player comes fourth, they probably cannot handle it and they just could not probably come to terms that you are the one who's going to challenge that golden ball shame over.
So you will see this in the movie and you will understand what is there because these are inside stories. I don't want to reveal now. Definitely you have to see the movie. Definitely you will understand of that question what you are answering. You will get the answer in the movie.
And so my final question is, after Sangakkara, Jayawardena and Vandana, after they have retired, what do you feel is probably ailing Sri Lankan cricket? Because recently they had to play the World Cup qualifiers in order to qualify for the main tournament. What do you feel is ailing Sri Lankan cricket? They had one time, people used to shake in their boots to play Sri Lankan.
See, generation happens now. So, 2 decades when I am playing, it was so good the connection was. Now, because other teams gone further ahead in the development and everything, we are a little bit far, a little bit down. And I think it might change because you can't, nothing is permanent. So it will change. So we have to wait till the because so you have created a lot of legends. So if you're asking another Sachin Tendulkar to produce, you won't produce it. Same way Sanachai will go. So different type of players will come. So that will take some time and it will come, I think, because we have to keep our fingers crossed.
Small last question. Could you is the favorites to win the World Cup and who would pick to score the most?
Not the ideal place to say.
We'll jump on that. You got the best one.
Yeah, I'm looking on place here. So basically,
Thank you very much. Shivani sir, yes.
अरे भाई
One second.
सर सामने
Murli sir, big smile. The film is out now.
कैमरा